Welcome to Jazz at the Auberge. For the next hour, we invite you to listen to good music as we present to you participants in this year's 13th National Finals of the Canadian Stage Band Festival. This year held in gorgeous Quebec City at the Auberge des Gouverneurs, a lovely hotel here and one which provided us with terrific hospitality. Participants in this festival come from over 24 regional finals across the country, from St. John's to Nanaimo.
I'm from Calgary, Alberta.
Montreal. Edmonton, Alberta.
Winnipeg, Manitoba.
I'm from Lethbridge, Alberta. Niagara Falls, Canada. Quebec.
Kelowna, BC.
From St. Thomas, Ontario.
And over 4,000 of them congregated here in Quebec City this year to listen, to play, to learn, and to meet each other. We're going to hear some really good music for the next hour, so we invite you to stay tuned for Jazz at the Auberge. And now in the open category 1A for bands from colleges and universities, the gold medal winner under the direction of Philip Kaiser from Montreal, Quebec. Ladies and gentlemen, the Saint-Laurent Big Band. Stage Band Festival involves not only stage bands, as you can tell from the title, but it also involves concert bands and jazz vocal music. And we're very proud to present to you now the winner in the category of senior high schools from Argyle Secondary School in North Vancouver, Argyle Jazz 85, directed by Janet Warren.
A symphony conducted by the lighting of the moon, but a song of love is slightly out of tune. Ba-ba. Once your kisses raised me to a fever pitch, but now the orchestration doesn't seem so rich. Seems to me you changed the tune. We used to sing like the bossa nova, like the bossa nova. Love should swing. We used to harmonize two souls in perfect time, but now the song is different and the words don't rhyme. The words don't even rhyme. You forgot the melody. Our hearts would always groove. And so what good's a heart that's slightly out of tune? me out of tune. You'll sing along with me. You'll sing along with me. Then we won't be slightly out of tune. You'll sing along with me.
This year have been looking for some very picky points. They've been looking for the little details, you know, the things that make a band sparkle, the bottom on a band, the relationship between baritone, sax, bass, trombone, the intonation on the trumpet, the sound that the bass player is getting, and they're even starting to get into relationships between the bass drum and the bass itself. They're very concerned about balancing the sax sections.
They look for good tone quality and everything, and the tone especially, because if you're playing out of tune, then what's the use of listening to the band? They go for rhythms as well, like if you're playing rhythms short or long.
They're looking for a tight band, a band that plays together. They're looking for good sections, like they want a good rhythm section, a good sax section, small things like that. And they're looking for just an overall sound is really important.
Well, as a judge, personally, I'm looking for music or musicality, if you prefer, produced by, of course, lots of things to be noticed, like good time in between everyone in the band, pitch, quality of dynamics, range of dynamics, quality, of course, of soloists, because it's included in the band as well.
You're going to meet some of the winning bands later from the individual schools, but right now we meet some people who are proudly representing their schools in the junior class, because during that competition for that class during the week, some of the better players are picked out to be the all-star band. And this is the junior all-star band, comprised of young players 15 years of age or younger. We're going to hear them play now under the direction of Harry Pynchon, the junior all-star band.
Millions have seen the Topol smoker's handkerchief test. After seeing how tobacco stains and nicotine discolors their teeth, millions began to use Topol smoker's tooth polish. They saw how Topol with fluoride gently removes newly deposited tobacco particles, and how regular brushing with Topol helps clean away built-up stains. So teeth become cleaner and whiter. Keep Topol on your toothbrush twice a day, every day, and you can keep your handkerchief in your pocket. Topol, use it every day.
Are you anything like my brother Jack? He figured the only way to get into a serious road car was to go empty his bank account and buy something from the Black Forest. But I talked him into driving a Mazda 626. Now he's going around telling everyone he knows about refinements, like the better aerodynamics, the new fuel injection, and the great performance. But the way I figured, I saved old Jack about $7,000. You think I'll ever see any of it?
No way.
That's what I thought.
It was the nation's greatest test.
This will be a people's war.
You'll be in the thick of the fighting.
I have a chance to be a part of, to make history.
A test of courage.
I don't want to let you go.
And of friendship.
You should have turned me into your Yankee troops. Get out of here, Billy, before I have to kill you. Before I have to kill you.
John Jakes, North and South, Book 2, concludes tonight. A CTV special presentation.
The most pleasant surprise at the Stage Band Festival this year, I would have to say, is the increase. The way we're set up, we send out invitations and we have no idea how many will actually come. Each one of the regional coordinators can invite up to 11 bands. This year we invited approximately 235 bands to the national finals. 199 actually played.
It's a really good experience, and you get to, listen to all the bands and everything. It's a musical education and a social education all at the same time.
The festival itself is a real experience for these people. They get to see other people, get to hear somebody else other than their own group in their own area. And I just wish that there was a chance for them to get out to something like this more often.
It's just fantastic. I'm really impressed by, the way people have been performing, and it makes me feel really inspired, to go home and practice and everything.
At Yamaha, as everyone knows, our philosophy is education. And this year in Quebec, our results are just absolutely astounding. We've got over 4,000 kids here. And there has to be a good reason why they're here. And our philosophy also at the festival is education. Competition, education.
The next introduction is a great personal pleasure for me because this band director has been an active participant in and supporter of the Stage Band Festival for 5 years. He's made many appearances here at the national finals. This year, he came up with a gold medal. Here he is to conduct his band from Calgary, the Bishop Pinkham Junior High School Band, comprised of players who are 14 years old or younger. Dennis Orr. Now, continuing our exposition of young musicians from across the country, here are the winners of the Open Jazz Vocal category, Jazz Combo category, from the University of Laval in St. Croix, Quebec, under the direction of Pierre Lessard.
Seems like having you to walk with. Seems like old times having you to talk with, and it's still a thrill just to have my arms around you. Still a thrill that it was the day I found you. Seems like old times, dinner dates and flowers, just like the great old times. Staying up for hours, making dreams come true, doing things we used to do. Seems like old times, being here with you. April in Paris, chestnuts in blossom, holiday tables under the trees. April in Paris, this is a feeling no one can ever reprise. I never knew the charm of spring, never felt it face to face. I never knew my heart could sing, never miss a warm embrace. Till April in Paris, who can I run to? What have you done to my heart? Dinner dates and flowers, oh, times, staying up for hours, making dreams come true, doing things we used to do. Seems like old times. Seems like old times. Seems like old times. Being here with you. Got to go there, and you know there, heart that's sure there. You say, oh, April in Paris, what have you done to me?
Right now, at McDonald's, you can get mighty Commandrons for 99 cents each. Motorized Commandrons, walking robots that transform into awesome vehicles. Built tough by Tony for McDonald's. You can collect all four, a different one each week.
Dad, isn't it past your bedtime?
It's a good time for Commandrons at McDonald's.
On Earth for a limited time.
Here's the taste that's always right. The lemon lime taste of Sprite. Cool, crisp, sparkling, and refreshing. The lemon lime taste that reaches deep down inside and makes you feel so totally refreshed. That's the lemon taste. The taste that refreshes you best.
So clear, so right, so Sprite, so Sprite. So clear, so right, so Sprite, Sprite, Sprite.
If you can see it, you can keep it. On Kodak, the official film of the world of imagination.
A whole new generation of draft dodgers. White South Africans this time, who refused to fight their black countrymen, are now looking to Canada for sanctuary. This Sunday on W5.
Fundamentalism, with all its hell, fire, and brimstone, offers eternal salvation. But for some, it's become a hell on earth. This Sunday on W5, a look at Fundamentalists Anonymous, a group offering help to those people trying to get out.
Quebec has been a very good experience, very interesting experience, and a unique experience.
It was really nice. We went down to the old village and walked on the boardwalk and the Plains of Abraham. It was really fun. And we saw a band playing outside. There's going to be lots of bands playing outside on Saturday night and in clubs and stuff, so it's really good.
Oh, the atmosphere in Quebec is it's incredible. I love it here. I'm going to move here, I think. It's really nice. Really, I like the little cafes and everything, very European.
I find that it's really the closest thing to Europe that we have in North America, actually. I've been to Europe a couple of times, and I think it's really great, all the little streets and everything, and it's really nice to find something so close to home with old buildings and things and, all around. It's a really nice feeling.
Now, from all across Canada, all-star band in the intermediate category. These are young players 17 years of age or under. And here they are under the direction of Bobby Hales. It's important, I think, for the viewers in English Canada to know that the educational system in the province of Quebec is set up rather differently. High school, if there were such a thing, ends at grade 11. And then students enter in preparation for university colleges called cégep. And here is the winner of the open category for jazz choir from the cégep in Sainte-Foy, Quebec, under the direction of Réjean Marois. Here they are.
response has been very gratifying. We've had a write-up in the local Quebec newspaper every single day. The Globe and Mail from Toronto has called and has already asked for the results. John Mayer has flown up here from Chicago. He's the editor of Downbeat magazine and is doing a major article on the festival. And most of the major newspapers across the country have already been notified of who the winners were who came from their area and are running stories on them. The other thing that I'm very pleased with in terms of the kind of credit that the organizers of the festival are getting, John Nicoll and the board of directors, is the federal government involvement. And this year, Marcel Mass's office, the Department of Communication, gave the festival $30,000 just to make this event possible in Quebec City, which is a tremendous breakthrough.
Is a band which won the gold medal in the category 4A, which is for musicians in junior high schools whose ages are 15 years old or younger. And this band hails from Campbell River on Vancouver Island. This is Robin Secondary School, directed by Brian Lewis.
I've tried many diets. Still, I couldn't get my weight to stay down. Then, I discovered the AIDS-reducing plan.
New formula AIDS contains one of the most effective appetite suppressants you can buy. The AIDS-reducing plan helps you stay the way you want to be.
I have a secret. Porcelana. If I get an age spot, with Porcelana, it's hardly noticeable in about 6 weeks or so. And it has a sunscreen that helps protect while it keeps on fading.
Porcelana twice a day when you're in the habit of looking young.
It's a dazzling musical special on CTV. Neil Diamond, Hello Again, with guests Carol Burnett.
I got your Neil Diamond cassettes, I got your Neil Diamond posters, I got your Neil Diamond t-shirts, and now I got your Neil Diamond. Right up.
And Stevie Wonder.
I just couldn't wait.
This is the story of the special few at the very top. The elite brotherhood whose achievements inspired a nation and captured the imagination of the world. These are the men who had the right stuff.
They all want to see Buck Rogers, and that's us.
Introducing the all-new front-drive Chevy Nova.
It's absolutely right.
Look at the style.
It's right all along.
The drive.
Absolutely right.
The room.
Absolutely right.
Everything.
Right. Absolutely right.
All new Chevy Nova. Designed, engineered, and built so any way you look at it, it's absolutely right.
Right. That's the Chevy way to go.
Way to go, Chevy.
This was some pretty heavy funding that had to be done this year. One of the bands from British Columbia decided that he was going to bring his whole concert band. We're now talking 85 kids, moving them across the country, and their funding was close to $65,000.
We did a lot of fundraising stuff like selling Tupperware, everything, selling anything, oranges.
Well, we had fruit sales and bottle drives and spice sales and bingos and everything, anything to raise money. You know?
We sold oranges and grapefruit. We sold spices. We sold soup mixes. We sold band burgers. We had a bottle drive.
We sold pizzas. We had a pizza drive, and we sold pizzas to help come up here.
We bought chickens in gross, and we sold them door-to-door chickens, right? We put on a bingo. We, what else did we do? We sold chocolates. We did everything. You name it, we did it probably.
Well, everybody knows the legend about how jazz came up the river from New Orleans with stopovers at Kansas City and Chicago. And attention is paid to those roots of jazz here at the Canadian Stage Band Festival. Here is the winner of the Gold Medal Award in the in the senior category for high schools. This winning band is from Arthur Voden Secondary School in St. Thomas, Ontario. It's under the direction of Bruce Smith. And here they are with some Dixieland.
say enough about the corporate sponsors. The corporate sponsors have all increased their donations, especially in the area of donations in kind. That is, in terms of equipment, manpower. We've received donations of adjudicators for the first time this year, where companies like Yamaha and the publishing companies have picked up the complete bill to bring in the world's best adjudicators. We've had Moffat has increased their actual financial donation to help us cover specifically this event, and we've even had an increase from Sennheiser in terms of their regional help. They put 3 cases of microphones on the road, each one of them worth about $15,000, just to make sure that everything would run smooth at the regional level so that the bands could get to the national level. And I just cannot thank the sponsors enough.
Now, as a special treat, here is the winner of the gold medal in the Open Community Band category from Quebec City, under the direction of Pierre Lessard. This is Quaz.
insecure you feel sometimes. But all you need is that look, smile, just a few words. And suddenly you feel like the most dazzling woman on earth. New calorie-reduced shape yogurt. contains just half the calories of ordinary yogurt, and comes in 6 delicious flavors. Shape. You have your reasons.
Feels so good, coming down, down. Feels so right, light and bright. 7-Up, splashing on the fun, pouring cool and clear on everyone. 7-Up, feels so good. 7-Up.
You are here, so am I. Maybe millions of people go by, but I only have eyes for you.
The 1987 Nissan Sentras. Now it's impossible to go unnoticed.
I only have eyes for you.
The name is Nissan Sentra.
BC's biggest sports fest is just around the corner, and this year, Cranbrook is the site of the BC Summer Games. Over 3,800 athletes are preparing right now for the competition and the fun for what's become BC's biggest sporting event. Call your local sport association or recreation director today for more information. The BC Summer Games. Come on, be a winner. Watch for exclusive coverage of the games on British Columbia television.
The clinics were very interesting. We had planned a large number of clinics. We got into some classical clinics, and we had some impromptu clinics, too.
Yeah, well, I've attended a couple of clinics, drum, flute, and jazz trumpet. They're all very beneficial for the kids. They're aimed at the kids, and the language was sort of, at their level, and the kids really enjoyed it.
Well, there's rhythm sectional clinics. There's jazz guitar clinics, there's drum clinics, there's piano clinics, but no bass clinics.
I've been to the jazz piano one, and the person there was Charles Austin, I think. And he's from the Grant McEwen Band, and he's one of the best people I've known so far, that he's really skilled in piano playing. And I found that's helped me out a lot, even understanding it. Like, me myself, I don't understand what is going on, but I found it interesting myself, so.
I have the pleasure now to introduce a band from my hometown. This is the gold medal winner in the Senior 2A category, which is for senior high schools and young musicians whose ages are 20 years of age or less. And this, from Edmonton, Alberta, is the Harry Ainley High School Band, directed by Larry Schrump. now from all across Canada, the senior high school students representing their schools in this year's All-Star Band. These people are all 20 years old or younger. And here is the Senior All-Star Band.
It is now my pleasure to present the Robert Richmond Rising Star Award. This award is presented annually to the best all-around musician selected by the All-Star Selection Committee, and the winner is Brad Turner, trumpet from Mountain Secondary School, Langley, BC. Brad, please come on the stage.
really believe in the products I represent. I mean, I use them myself. I think my clients respect that. First thing I do when I get a break is grab a Mars bar. It tastes so good at the end of the day.
Mars Bar has the goodness of milk, corn and cane sugars, and a thick, thick chocolatey coating. You get tremendous value in a big, big Mars Bar.
A Mars bar a day at work, rest, and play.
I'm sorry. Buongiorno. That's not my wallet. It's not my American Express card. It's not my briefcase. It's not even my briefs. Fortunately, American Express have over 1,200 offices throughout the world that can provide emergency cash and replace a lost card, usually by the next business day. The American Express card, don't leave home without it.
If you don't have a Lennox pulse furnace, you must have money to burn.
But this furnace isn't old.
But it isn't a high-efficiency Lennox pulse.
Look, dear, our new pulse gas furnace is 98% efficient.
Sure. Dave Lennox says you could cut your fuel bills in half.
In Vancouver, call your Lennox dealer because...
You don't have money to burn.
Henry Wagner of Alouette Sheet Metal. Gary Milligan of Hugh Milligan and Company. Remember...
We're number one.
M-U-S-T-M-U-S-T-A-N-G. Mustang!
For the next 6, it's an 86. In the next 6 weeks, you must make it an 86 Mustang. Power locks, premium sound, speed control, styled road wheels, all from as low as $92.95. Plus, get 9.9% financing.
M-U-S-T-A-N-G.
But your lower mainland Ford dealers. In Vancouver, see Brown Brothers Ford, Maine and Marine.
I would like to thank you all who have contributed. It is impossible to mention all the names, but I would like to thank everybody in any way that has helped us to make this a success. The 1986 festival will be at the Expo site on May the 13th to 19th in Vancouver, British Columbia.
This is the gold medal winning group from Nanaimo High School in Vancouver Island, British Columbia, in the Jazz Combo category. And here they are, Nanaimo High School Jazz Combo.
Later tonight, CTV's W5 looks at a group called Fundamentalist Anonymous, whose aim is to help people break away from the fundamentalist movement. Then, Virgilia's doomed life reaches a climax in a bitter encounter with Congressman Green in the conclusion of John Jake's epic saga, North and South, Book 2, a CTV special presentation.
This is the CTV Television Network.
When it comes to all-season radial tires, you have a choice.
But when it comes to stopping on wet roads, the choice is obvious. In an independent test of 4 leading all-season radials, only one stopped as quickly as Uniroyal Tiger Paw Plus, and we all know how expensive that choice can be. Tiger Paw Plus only from Uniroyal. Your safe choice.
Once you had to use liquid chlorine bleach to get the background white, even though it faded the colors. Not anymore with Javex bleach for unbleachables. It gets clothes whiter and brighter than chlorine bleach without fear of fading. In fact, it makes colors come alive. Javex bleach for unbleachables whitens and brightens better than chlorine bleach.
Come home for more. Come home hardware brings you more.
Come home for more during Home's nationwide paint and decorating sale for values like River Trail Insect Repellent. Get up to 8 hours of protection, only $3.49. Stop pests indoors and out with Raid. The 350-gram size is just $4.49. And Rayovac durable batteries from 99 cents a card.
Home hardware, home of the handyman.
Hey, I hit...
Pros on putting, chipping, scoring better. And it's all right here in this special free gift from Golf Magazine. Write this number down and take a look at what you'll get.
You get me, Ken Venturi, and I'll show you how to hit your pitch shot soft.
And me, Johnny Miller, I'll show you 8 ways to chip strokes off your score.
And me, Ben Crenshaw, I'll show you my 5 secrets to great putting.
It's the winning ways of golf's greatest players. A free 40-page guide, and it's all right out of golf. The Better Golf Magazine. Call today.
Call 1-800-228-8RTS. You get 12 issues in the special yearbook issue for just $9.97. That's more than 43% off the cover price. Plus, shortcuts to the short game free with your paid subscription. Now that's the best advice a golfer can get. Call now. 1-800-228-ARTS for Golf Magazine.
This is the Arts and Entertainment Network. Television at its best.
Well, you got a lovely day for your game. Where are you playing?
A little village off the A3. Badgett's Green, other side of Guildford.
Oh, sounds a lovely spot.
Dad?
Yeah?
My cricket things?
I didn't know you still played cricket.
Oh, I don't really. This is a once-a-year charity match organised by a consultant friend of mine to raise money for his hospital.
Oh, what a splendid idea. Tom, why don't I drive you down there in the new car? What time are you leaving?
Well, I must just write this letter to Helen's solicitor.
Oh. What is it this time?
Same as last time. Money.
Oh.
You know that door she had bricked up between my surgery and the house?
Yeah.
She's trying to get me to pay for it. £90.
Oh. I don't know, you young people. Why can't you have a friendly, civilized divorce? Like your mother and I.
I suppose there's any coffee left for me, is there?
Huh? Oh, yes, go on. There are 2 hours in horrendous. When I think of the money I spent on your education.
Dad, my cricket flannels, you get newsprint on them.
Ooh, I'm awfully sorry. Your coffee, sir.
Thank you.
My pleasure, sir. Plenty more in the pot. It's hardly noticeable, you know. I mean, it'll look as though you've been rubbing the ball, you know, to get a shine on.
All the way down one trouser leg. I'm going to look like the Pied Piper of Hamelin. Well, they're good for the dustbin.
Oh, rubbish. You can always send them to Oxfam. Oh. Look at that car.
Are you talking about yours or mine?
Mine. Isn't she beautiful? Practically brand new, you know.
Very nice.
Nice? It's exquisite. You don't ride in a car like that, you glide in it.
Oh, for goodness sake, Dad, are you giving me a lift in the thing or selling it to me?
What?
You sound like a car salesman.
Oh. Decent car salesman, I trust. No, there's no need to slam it. Oh, let's treat it gently. That's all it needs. Now watch. See? Well, perhaps a touch more.
Excellent. Come on, let's go.
Tom, you don't have to slam the door. Just close it gently.
Look, Dad, if we're going to have this all the way, I'd rather go in my car.
No. You're going to enjoy this. It's an experience.
You can say that again.
And just remember, it's not like an ordinary British car. You don't have to slam the doors. Just treat her gently.
I suppose you use ordinary petrol, do you? I just presume she ran on ass's milk, that's all. Gently, Dad. You don't have to slam on the brakes. Just a touch. Oh, shut up. I'm changing my car next week.
Oh, you didn't tell me. What are you getting?
Well, the same as I've got now, only one that goes.
Tom, I wish you'd get something decent. You should go to my man. He'd fix you up.
I'm not in Harley Street. I couldn't afford a Rolls Royce. Anyway, I don't like them.
Don't be ridiculous. How could anybody possibly not like a Rolls Royce?
These things are more important to you than they are to me.
Hmm.
You, car is a status symbol. I'm not bothered what I drive, as long as it gets me from A to B.
Neither am I. As long as it gets me from A to B in comfort and style.
I think it's obscene to spend so much money on a car.
Obscene?
Well, perhaps obscene was a bit strong. But I certainly think it's iniquitous to spend as much on a car as some people can spend on a house.
Iniquitous, obscene. You sound like something out of a Labour manifesto. I don't know where you get these left-wing ideas. A car like this gives my patients confidence. They like to see where their money's going.
My patients couldn't care less if I drove a milk float, as long as I'd turn up.
Ah, well, yes, of course. In my case, the mountains come to Mohammed. Anyway, if you're only concerned with cars to get you from A to B, why are you bothering to change?
Because mine's so clapped out. When I set off from A, it's touch and go whether I'll reach B.
Ah, here's Badgett's Green. Do you know where the ground is?
The map's in my bag. Sorry. me stop a minute.
Let's see. Please don't. Sorry.
No!
You kept Scully useful. Obviously played some cricket in his time.
Extraordinary trousers he's wearing. One leg's brown. Have a look, dear.
Looks like the Pied Piper of Hampden.
My goodness, you hit that one.
Good shot, Tom!
Going for 6.
Beautiful shot.
It's going to land in the car park.
Somebody came Burnett and Johnson Burton.
It was an incredible shot, though. Got to admit.
Over 150 cars. And you have to choose mine.
I'm sorry. But it could have been worse.
Really? How?
Well, it hasn't done any real damage. The bodywork's unmarked.
You got upset over a coffee stain on your trousers. Think how I feel.
I know, I'm sorry. Look, I'll whisk round with the Hoover as soon as we get back.
I know you think this car is iniquitous and obscene. But I happen to be very proud of it.
I know. Look, do you want me to drive?
Huh. Having seen the reckless way you handle a cricket bat, no, thank you very much. Why couldn't you be reined off like any normal cricket match?
Don't wait up. We'll return in a moment.
David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. We asked 3 book experts to put a price on this edition.
The raised spine is the giveaway. That's quality binding. $30.
The illustrations are superb. Excellent typography. $35.
The paper is fine milled. The end papers are unusual. A first-class job. $35.
Franklin Library proudly confounds the experts with a revolution in publishing. Goethe, Hardy, Hawthorne, 50 of the world's great books in a remarkable collector's edition are yours for...
$30.
$35.
$35.
No, for only $12.50 each. Less than the cost of many ordinary hardcover books. Each masterpiece individually designed, fully bound with hubbed spine, handsome end papers, gilded edges, superb illustrations, fine milled paper to last for generations. $12.50 each. As much as art on your wall or fine furniture in your room, a library of great literature marks a superior home. But great literature does even more. It feeds the mind. The vision of genius enters young minds and old. Wuthering Heights, Poe, Huck Finn. What can compare to the unforgettable adventure you take in the pages of a great book? We believe the collector's library of the world's great books belongs in every home. So we've made ordering easy and completely without risk. Simply call 1-800-453-3300. Franklin Library will send you each month another volume of the collector's library, each only $12.50. Order by credit card or pay COD with a $1 service charge. You may return any book for any reason within 30 days. The fine library of your dreams is only one phone call away. Call 1-800-453-3300.
We now return to Don't Wait Up.
I'm afraid Dr. Latimer finished over an hour ago. There is another surgery this evening with Dr. Cartwright. Yes, they are, but I'm afraid I can't disturb them. They're both in conference.
Oh, I'm sorry, Charles. It's Helen's ball. She had it billed. She can pay for it. You had no right sending me the bill.
Well, if you want to go to court over this, darling, it's up to you. But I do think you're being awfully petty. Don't you agree, Charles?
Look, I don't want to get caught up in your matrimonial disputes.
No, Charles, how can this be a matrimonial dispute? We're no longer married.
Yes. Well, I mean, you know what I mean.
No.
Well, what I mean is, can't we come to some sort of arrangement? I mean, after all, it is a jolly good war, and it is mutually beneficial.
I see exactly what you mean.
No. But seriously, Tom, can't we agree to go 50-50?
Fine, I think that would be very fair.
Oh. Right. An amicable solution, eh, Tom?
Yes, well, that sounds reasonable, I suppose. We pay you enough rent.
I'll tell him. Yeah, your new car's ready.
Ah, right.
Oh? A new car, eh, Tom?
Well, it's new to me. Well, I better get going on my rounds. Charles, perhaps you'll give Helen a check.
Ciao, darling.
Yes. Well, I'll see you later, Charles.
Yeah, ciao. Let me see. The full amount was £90.
Yes, so if you make your check out for £60, that'll be fine.
But I thought we'd agreed to go 50-50.
Yes, but there are two of you, aren't there?
Yeah. Of course. Silly me.
Hi, Tom. Your windscreen looking as good as new.
It is new.
Oh.
And what's more, it doesn't affect my no-claims bonus.
Oh, terrific.
Did you happen to notice, as you passed it, has a hint of tint?
No, I'm afraid I can't say I did.
Oh, come down and have a quick look.
Oh, Dad.
Oh, come on.
All right, all right. Then you can have a look at my car.
Oh, yes, yes. Yeah, look, you can just see it. See? Ever so slightly tinted.
Oh, no.
What?
My new car. It's gone.
Oh, God, you gave me such a fright. I thought something was wrong with the roller.
My new car. It's gone. It's been stolen.
Are you sure?
Well, it's not there, is it?
All right, all right. Now, do you remember where you parked it?
Of course I remember where I parked it. Right there, next to your roller. I've only had the thing 5 minutes. Look, I better go and telephone.
Tom, calm down. You give yourself a heart attack. It's only a car.
Well, they've got all the details. Let's just hope for the best.
Oh, it'll turn up.
Sorry.
It's all right.
The police didn't seem very hopeful. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to do my rounds. Charles is at a conference.
Oh,
You playing golf as usual tomorrow?
Yep. As long as the weather holds up.
I don't know what I'm going to do without my car.
You know, I've just had a thought.
Yes?
It's a blessing in disguise you're smashing my windscreen. This one's so much better.
Oh, Tom, I rang the car hire people.
Oh, it's all right, Louise. My garage is going to lend me my old car back until the police find a new one. I'm so sorry. I should have told you.
Oh, it was nice of them.
Thank you. Ah, they're charging me.
Oh, still, it was nice of your father to lend you his car.
Yes.
He's not charging you, is he?
No, but I'm paying for it in other ways. He's so worried something's going to happen to it. Well, I better get going on my runs.
Oh, by the way, your father rang.
Any message?
No, just checking up on his car.
Morning.
Well, don't worry, Dr. Latimer. It'll be ready the same time tomorrow. But I'm telling you, it won't be cheap.
Don't worry about the cost. Just don't let me down.
5 o'clock. Latest, 1:30.
Great. How much will it cost?
You just told me not to worry.
Doesn't mean I don't have to. Oh, God. What a nightmare.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to tell my father.
Look, just tell him you've had it stolen. I mean, that way, he'll be pleased when he gets it back, won't he, eh?
I couldn't do that.
Stolen? What do you mean stolen? Who stole it?
Well, I don't know. A thief. I mean, 1 minute it was there, the next minute, whew, it was gone.
You do realize that that is 2 cars in 2 days you've lost.
I haven't lost them. They were stolen. It wasn't my fault.
Thomas, to have 1 car stolen is unfortunate. To have 2 cars stolen is unforgivable. What are you trying to do? Get into the Guinness Book of Records?
Well, I'm sorry, Dad.
I should never have lent it to you. Which police station did you report it to?
Well, the same as yesterday. Yeah, but they're very confident they'll find it within 24 hours.
Yes, scratched and vandalized, no doubt.
I shouldn't think it'll happen to your car. I mean, in London, a car is stolen every 60 seconds.
Not usually from the same person.
Your results will be back on Tuesday. Excuse me. Secretary. No, I'm afraid Dr. Latimer isn't here. Dr. Cartwright's on duty this evening. Oh, is it about his car? Oh, you found it. Oh, that's marvelous. He will be pleased. Look, he's been out on his rounds, but he should be back at his flat by now. Have you got his home number?
Hello? Yes, Dr. Latimer speaking. Oh, you have? Oh, that's wonderful. And well done, if I may say so. Oh, yes, of course, I'll come round right now. Yes, thank you.
Another police station, please.
Right, sir. You can leave that with us.
Ah, good evening, Sergeant.
Good evening, sir.
I'm Dr. Latimer. Somebody very kindly telephoned just now to tell me that you found my car.
Oh. Dr. Latimer. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's in the yard, all safe and sound.
Oh, thank heavens for that. Most efficient, if I may say so, Sergeant. Tell me, is there any damage to the car?
No, not as far as I know, sir. No, I expect somebody just took it to go home, sir.
Oh.
Yes, it's always happening with minis, sir.
Yeah. What?
I said it's always happening with minis, sir. They're always getting nicked.
No, Sergeant. My car is a Rolls-Royce Gold convertible.
No, sir. Your car is a metallic blue Mini.
No, Sergeant. That is obviously my son's car. My car is a gold convertible Rolls-Royce.
Don't know anything about that one, sir.
You mean you haven't found it?
As far as I can see, we're not even looking for it.
What?
Hey, does anybody here know anything about a missing gold roller owned by Dr. Latimer?
Dr. Latimer?
Yeah.
No, Dave, it's a blue Mini. I took the details myself.
No.
It's out in the yard, mate.
No. No. I'm not talking about the Mini. We are talking about my Rolls-Royce. My son reported it missing over 24 hours ago.
All right, sir, all right. You don't have to get excited. Just give me all the details and my lads will be looking for it in minutes. Yeah, tell him to bring it in. It's a valuable car.
Right.
Good doctor should be home by now. Give him a tinkle.
Yes? Is Dr. Latimer speaking? Oh, fantastic. No, I'll come round and pick it up straight away. Thank you. Taxi!
£1.20, please, Gov. Yeah. They've got your car at the police station.
I know. They just telephoned me. How do you know?
Well, because I've just been down there, but they wouldn't let me bring it back. Now, listen. They say they've got absolutely no record of my car being stolen.
I know.
What do you mean you know?
Well, it wasn't really stolen.
What?
It was sort of white lie.
What do you mean you still got it?
No, not exactly.
Well, then where is it?
I don't know.
You don't know?
It's been stolen.
Is he going mad or am I?
I think you're both a pair of nutters.
Well, thank the Lord we got all that sorted out.
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry to have caused so much bother.
And if you don't mind my saying so, Dr. Latimer, it's always better to tell the truth.
Yeah, quite right, Sergeant.
And you, Dr. Latimer, you mustn't get so upset. It's not good for you. After all, it's only a car.
Yes, thank you.
There you are then, gentlemen. Have a safe journey home.
Well, thank you very much, sir.
Yes, well, thank you, Sergeant. Goodbye.
Goodbye, sir.
Next, she's kicked out her boyfriend and kicking up her heels. Fall in love with Felicity Kendall as she faces a new life on Solo. Next.
Thank you for your order. And be sure to look for your free gift. Would you like to receive a free gift, too? I'll be right back to tell you how.
magic moments. You can keep them with you now. Make the most of your memories.
Can I? He's yours, sweetheart.
Let Kodak show you how.
If I'd missed that shot, well, I'm sure glad I didn't. And I'm glad I had help from the Kodak Library of Creative Photography. It's new from Kodak and Time Life. You can call their toll-free number and take better pictures, too. The experts spell out their secrets step by step. How to stop action, how filters improve color, how to use a flash indoors and out.
You really are taking great pictures. Mom will love these.
You know, you can enjoy the first volume, take better pictures, free for 10 days. Make all the beautiful memories you like with no obligation.
Get as many books as you wish, beginning with Take Better Pictures for only $9.95, plus shipping and handling.
Then explore new subjects, one volume at a time, about every other month, each on the same 10-day free trial. Keep them or cancel anytime. Just call the toll-free number coming up and keep those magic moments for a lifetime.
Make the most of your memories. Let Kodak show you how.
Hi, I'm Penny here at Time Life Books. If you'll call right now, we'll send you your first book, Take Better Pictures, plus this great-looking camera bag free when you purchase your first book. Call 1-800-228-3311. That's 1-800-228-3311. Now, this offer ends soon, so call right now. Hello, Time Life Books. May I help you?
You are watching the Arts and Entertainment Network. Television at its best. Gemma is 30.
I know I'm 30.
She seeks the simple things in life.
I want the phone to ring and God to be on the other end.
Has she found the perfect man?
Marry me.
What for?
Or maybe the perfect solution?
Who are you, anyway?
She'd never go solo.
No more men. No more tears.
Or would she?
Coming next on the Arts and Entertainment Network.
This is the Arts and Entertainment Network. Surprise your eyes.
Hello?
Hi. I'm going out to get some fish and chips. Do you fancy any?
No, thank you, Sebastian. I'm having an early night.
It's not even 8 o'clock yet.
Yes, I know, but I haven't been sleeping too well, so I'm trying to catch up. Anyway, why are you alone?
It's Friday. I take Fridays off. Right. Well, a guy has to rest.
Especially since he's on duty Saturday and Sunday and Monday.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow sometime.
Yes. Oh, if you run out of milk or coffee or anything, and I'm not in, just bash the door down.
Sleep well.
That's great, Jim. Thanks for phoning. Well, now on the line we have Sandra, and Sandra is phoning from West London. Now then, Sandra, what would you like to talk to us about?
Hello? I'm sorry, I'm a bit nervous.
Don't you worry, Sandra. Go right ahead.
Oh, well, it's my boyfriend. The thing is, David, I've been going with him now for 13 years. When I mention getting married, he always says that he doesn't want to rush things. I mean, I've always been a romantic person, and when he comes to stay at my place, I wear this lovely transparent nightie. Well, I've got to, haven't I, David? I mean, by the time we're married, he'll be too old to see through it.
I want to speak to Miss
Morning,
Palmer.
Social Service Department.
Miss Palmer there, please.
Hello, it's me again.
Hello, Miss Palmer.
Hello,
I want to speak to Miss Palmer, please. Hello?
Here, now, Miss Palmer, about this money, what you was you was going to send me.
I'd like to speak to Miss Palmer, please. Yeah, well, it's about my old dad, you see.
How would you like it?
Yes, how would you like it?
Well, I'm a social worker. It really has nothing to do with me.
That's just the trouble. It ain't got nothing to do with anybody, has it?
It's bad enough us having to use an outside toilet ourselves, but that hole's been in our backyard wall for 3 years. 3 years!
And now everybody uses our lavatory. The whole world uses our lavatory. They come from miles around to use it. Oh, I could write a bloody book about what she sees through her kitchen window.
Right opposite it is.
Right opposite.
And there's no door.
No, I'm not buying any more doors.
How would you like to keep on buying lavatory doors?
3 I bought.
3?
On bonfire night, they come through that hole like the SAS.
We tell the police. Get the old fixed, they said.
Get the old fixed. What are you going to do about it? If the council don't fill that hole by the end of the week, I'm going to stand out there with a blunderbuss in one hand and a bloody red Alsatian in the other. And you will be responsible.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, but I got into a terrible tangle with my tights.
Sit down, will you? You're physically fit, there's no doubt about that. A bit thin, perhaps, but then you scraggy ones tend to survive admirably, eh? Now, you say you're not sleeping.
Well, not entirely. Now, most of me goes to sleep, but my head won't. There's a great documentary going on inside it all the time. I go over conversations that I've had, and I rehearse conversations that I'm going to have. I wonder whether I've locked the door or fed the goldfish, and then I get up and make endless drinks and lie there feeling rather like a plastic bag full of cocoa.
Are you worried about anything?
No particular thing. Just everything.
Do you live alone?
Yes.
Does that worry you?
No.
Have you always lived alone?
I lived with someone called Danny for a year. It didn't work out. There are still coffee stains on the ceiling.
You're a social worker.
Yes.
Yes, are you happy?
Oh, I love my job. That is, to be honest, just lately...
It's been getting you down.
I find myself...
You find yourself?
I find myself taking it all too seriously. But the voices that I hear in my head are the voices of the people that need help. I'm just getting too emotional about it all. I take it home with me. I take it to bed with me.
You need a break. When did you last take a holiday?
About 2 years ago. I started out on a trip to France with Danny last year, but we quarreled on the M2.
Full of quarrelling couples, the motorway, screaming women and accelerating men.
I decided that if we couldn't make it in paradise, we probably wouldn't make it in France.
Ah, paradise. Rather going there, or we've just been there, but we're never actually there, are we? So, what are we going to do about you? Age 31, symptoms, acute alertness of mind and chronic root health. Diagnosis, anxiety.
There is the funny cough.
Anxiety.
And the twitchy legs.
Anxiety.
And the dizzy spells. And the feeling of dread and the feeling that, oh God, I know, I'm just going to fall down this great big black hole and anxiety.
It's the disease of our times. We all have it. Medicine won't help. Here is where the cure is. This little machine up here. I mean, I give you tranquilizers or sleeping tablets. They'll stop the anxiety, but they'll also stop the machine, if that's what you want. Are you a calm person?
I try.
Then don't. Go out there and yell your head off.
Come on, get a move on. Am I going to get to work today, darling?
Can I help you?
Why don't you use the whole bloody road and we can all take the day off?
What would you like to do with that van? Go up and over it or right through it? Have you any suggestions, sir, about what I'm supposed to do with that van? I'm just a simple cyclist, you see. I have applied for a pair of wings, but they haven't come through yet. Shut up! Could you bring it down now?
What, right now?
Well, yes, I'm going to work in a minute.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do I get a coffee?
A coffee's ready. Come in, door's open.
Ta-da! Just say the word and I'll do the deed.
Thank you. You are wonderful. Sugar for the horse.
Right. What's the plan?
I'm going away for a few days. Friend's cottage.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Who with? Anyone exciting?
Yes, someone very exciting. Me. And no, you can't come with me.
But I could catch fish and hunt hedgehogs. We could sit by a log fire, swapping sordid little secrets.
I only have one sordid little secret, Sebastian. It runs out of sugar and coffee every 5 minutes and lives in the flat upstairs.
Excuse me, it brings you haversacks.
Yes, it brings me a haversack.
Oh, by the way, if the haversack starts laughing, just ignore it. It's remembering Sally Dobson.
Do you know, I don't know Sally Dobson, but already I'm grieving for her.
We met up a mountain somewhere. She was going up and I was coming down. We spent a very interesting night on a ledge.
And?
Well, there's no and, that's it. On the other hand, if it starts crying, now that's another story. Pauline Stevenson. Yeah, we rented this tent. She was nice, Pauline. Sort of warm and undulating like a waterbed.
Do you know, Sebastian, it really worries me when you talk like that.
Like what?
Well, when you talk about your conquests and your triumphs, you sound like a little boy counting the earwigs he squashed.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was so boring.
Well, it's not boring. It's just that, well, it could be me that you're talking about.
Oh, no, you were different.
How? How was I different?
Well, the others were planned. I mean, I took them to dinner and gave them the chat. You know, set the scene. Whereas with you...
Go on.
With you...
All it took was a power cut. Well, that's what it was like, wasn't it? I mean, the lights went out. I appeared on the landing with my candle. You appeared on the landing with your candle. By the time the power came on again, we knew each other very well.
Gemma, I just don't analyze things like
Yes, because that's because you do it all the time. I mean, I'm not really like that. I've never rushed into bed with anyone before. In fact, I have very definite views about casual sex. I don't do it. Even though I did.
You're feeling guilty. You're more old-fashioned than I thought you were.
I'm not old-fashioned. I have a very modern, forward-looking mind. It's just my body lags behind, that's all. Anyway, it's all this talk.
So you don't trust me? Well, you're absolutely right. Only the other day I was telling these people at the bus stop all about us. I'm going up in a helicopter tomorrow with a pile of leaflets. I thought I'd do Paddington first and work my way across the home counties. Hello? Is that the news of the world? Excellent. Could you put me through to the editor?
It's just that I wanted you to know, that's all.
Sure.
I'm not sorry that it happened. I'm not accusing you, and I don't feel guilty. It's just that I don't want to be one of your earwigs, that's all. You can tell me anything you like from now on.
I can?
Mm-hmm.
Did I ever mention Audrey Radcliffe?
Oh, come on, I've got to get more.
Why didn't we fall in love? I mean, we had everything going for us.
Perhaps it was because we liked each other too much. Come on.
Solo will return in a moment.
Do you do this too? Does a pencil in your hand start you sketching on any old piece of paper, drawing heads or figures or little scenes, or maybe your dog? If you like to play around with a pencil, chances are you have the basic interest needed to help you become a serious art student. Here's how you can find out. Art instruction schools will send you free, without cost or obligation, this simple art test. You take it at home in your spare time. Experts will examine and grade your test. Remember, it's absolutely free. Just write or phone for your free art test today. Phone this number now. Operators are waiting. Or write to Art Test, give your name, address, and age.
Monday, sunshine, mostly clear and breezy. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, still...
You want every day to be your best. So does Esquire magazine. That's why every issue brings you the information you need to stay on the leading edge. Esquire helps you look your best with meaningful fashion reports. Esquire helps you get more out of life and your personal relationships. Esquire gives you an edge in business, from your investments to your career. Every month, there's more for you in Esquire. Call now and we'll send you a year of Esquire. 12 issues for only $11.95. That's a 60% savings off the regular cover price and $5.99 less than the basic subscription rate. You'll also receive Esquire's exclusive guide to health and fitness, A Man's Body, free with your paid subscription. If you want to make the most of your career, your relationships, your money, your leisure, call now to save 60% on Esquire and get a free copy of A Man's Body. Esquire, your edge.
We now return to Solo.
Well, I don't know. Here you are, a young, attractive woman. You get a few days off work and you're spending it alone.
I won't be alone. There's a farm close by.
All right, alone with visiting pigs.
I know the word alone upsets you, Mother.
Well, of course it upsets me. The human being was never meant to be alone. We're social animals. You know, scientists have already proved that if you take a monkey away from its own kind, it becomes neurotic and irritable.
I, Mother, am not a monkey. I'm not being taken away from my own kind, and I'm not irritable, and I'm not neurotic.
Gemma, where are the saucers, the tray, the coffee pot?
I'm saving on the washing up.
We're sitting here, swilling it down like a couple of winos.
Oh, by the way, there's no phone at the cottage.
Oh, my God.
So I'll call you from a box.
Marriage, that's what you need.
The address is on the pad in the kitchen.
You know, a man to clip your wings.
Oh, and there's a feeding tablet in the goldfish bowl, so don't worry about him.
Someone to make you think. Someone to make you care. Someone to make you pregnant.
Mother, getting pregnant is the easiest thing in the world. It's the thinking and the caring. All right, go on, tell me. Where is he? Where is he, this man that is going to make me think and care? Where?
Hundreds of opportunities you've had.
When?
Well, Ken Smallwood, for a start. He adored you. Now, when you left him, he wept in your father's study.
I know. And on the way out, he threw up in the garden.
At least it proves he had feelings.
Oh, fine. So now you wish I'd married a man who cries and throws up all the time. By now I could have had dozens of children and they'd all be at it.
We won't mention Danny, of course.
Good.
Nice boy.
Mother.
I've told you, Gemma, you're growing hard. One day you're going to look in the mirror and your face will be wearing all the warmth and softness of a pebble-dashed wall.
Yes, well, it won't be my fault. What goes on inside is soft and warm. It's what goes on outside.
Gemma, you're not turning into a rebel, are you? Or you're not going to become one of those tiresome people who wake up one morning and want to change the entire world. Yeah, well, of course, you get that from your father. He was the same. Always wanted to change things. Now, the happiest days of his life were spent trying to produce a multicolored lettuce.
If I wanted to change anything, it would be myself. Then the world wouldn't worry me, would it?
I bet he's up there now, interrogating God.
Oh, only one more day to go. It'll be so wonderful in the country. No crowds, no car horns, no sadness.
How boring. What are you doing? Practicing being dead? You know, Gemma, when you were born, I thought to myself, oh, my God, another daughter to protect. How am I going to cope? I'll have to lock her up, buy some savage dogs. And now, 31 years later, with all the doors open, all the dogs dead, I keep pointing continue down the road to ruin, but you refuse to go.
I'll go one day, Mother. The scientists are bound to invent a perfect man one day. In the meantime, I'm going to think things out. I'm going to stretch my mind as far as the eye can see. I'm going to wander through woods and lanes, and instead of watching people fighting and hating and shouting, I'm going to watch fat little birds singing.
And all I want is to watch a fat little daughter knitting.
Now, Mr. Breck, you're not ill. We know that.
I'm having a lie-in. What's wrong with that?
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. But you've been in bed for 5 weeks now.
So I'm having a long lie-in.
You're a bit fed up, aren't you? I know what it feels like, because I'm a bit fed up, too. But lying in bed is rather a wasteful way of being fed up.
It doesn't matter where or how I'm fed up. There's no escape from her, is there?
Your wife is very worried about you. She's called in the vicar, the doctor, your boss, now me.
I don't need anyone to tell me what's wrong.
Well, at least you're eating something.
Oh, yes, I'm eating something. I'm always eating something. My wife likes to get things done, you see. Sort of over with. Have your bath now, she says. I want to clean it. We're having an early lunch today so that I can finish the washing up by 12. You can't do your paperwork on the table. I've set it out for breakfast tomorrow. Take your shirt off and I'll pop it in the washer. So I sit there, stripped to the waist. I can't put a clean shirt on because that's for tomorrow. And I can't keep the dirty one on because she wants to do tomorrow's washing today. She can't wait. She can't wait. She's running 24 hours ahead of everybody else. I even get my breakfast in the middle of the night. It's 5 o'clock, she said. Do you want your egg and soldiers? I want to get breakfast over with, she says. 5 o'clock in the morning. Egg and soldiers. It's the same with sex. Come on, hurry up, she said. I'm going mad. I'm going mad.
Do you know, sometimes when we're depressed, we do tend to imagine things. We tend to blame the world for our own weakness. I mean, things tend to get out of proportion. We exaggerate.
Here we are. I know it's only 2 o'clock, but we do like an early tea, don't we, Clifford?
Good morning.
Okay for breakfast?
Fine. Come in.
Oh, wonderful.
I see we're making an insidious progress. First you borrow coffee, then you borrow milk and sugar. Now you've decided it's easier just to come and eat it down here.
I did warn you, though. I make a very good friend, I said.
I've cancelled the milk, by the way. And there's the key to the flat.
Right.
Check on the goldfish. He's all right, but just in case.
Goldfish.
You can defrost my fridge for me if you like, because I forgot.
Fridge.
Oh, and the plants.
Plants.
It's like having breakfast with a mechanical grab.
I need building up. I've got all these jobs to do. And besides, I'm depressed.
Why?
Women.
Oh.
What do you mean, oh? It's one hell of a problem.
Yes, it must be.
Look, all I want is someone who won't fasten herself around me like a boa constrictor.
Well, then you'll have to stop taking boa constrictors to bed with you, won't you?
Really, Gemma, I'm serious. Now, what is it about women? I mean, you take them for a meal, you go for a moonlight walk, you take them back to your place. Now, come on, nobody's mentioned marriage yet. You make love. Yeah. And you lie there. And you think, this is nice, this is okay. And suddenly, there it is, the voice in the dark. Do you love me, baby? Was it wonderful? Tell me it was wonderful. And suddenly you're being checked out as a potential life partner with this This female sort of enveloping you like a sweet wrapper. I mean, what's a guy to do?
I don't know what you're supposed to do. I'm not like one of those females.
So how do I tell when I've got one? Now, take last night.
Last night.
Well, I met this girl.
Where is she?
Upstairs.
Upstairs. You take her home, take her to bed, then you leave her upstairs and come and have breakfast down here.
Well, I said I was borrowing tea. She won't even notice how long I am. She's busy in my bathroom, in my kitchen. She's everywhere. I said, look, honey, could you please go home? I have a lot of things to do with the day. But no, she's right into putting my life in order. She's got the coffee on, the iron in, the Hoover out. I didn't even know I had a Hoover.
Well, it must be something you do, Sebastian. It must be something you say.
So, what's a handsome, virile guy like me supposed to do?
Well, you could be celibate, but that would be a terrible blow to the world.
You know, I think God was onto something when he thought up the human race. But like all scientists, he became too ambitious. I mean, stocking the universe with man was risky enough. But man and woman, God, he's got to be joking. I wouldn't answer that if I were you. She's kind of heavy-going.
I'm sorry, Sebastian, but this is your dilemma, not mine.
Come on, Gemma. All you've got to do is say I'm not here. Then when she's going, I'll go.
Listen, Sebastian, my job is other people's problems. Every day I have to cope with their problems. Holes in marriages, holes in lives, holes in walls. Well, today I have a problem. I can't get started on my holiday, which was supposed to start when I got up this morning. In other words, I'm off duty. You won't be a minute.
Hi. She, kept me talking. Honey, she's just a friend. Ow!
Oh, Mother Nature and all things peaceful. Here I come. Hello?
I'm the man with the hole in the wall.
Oh, hello. Did the council come?
Oh, yes, they came all right.
Have they blocked the wall in?
Yeah, they blocked it up. They blocked up the lavatory door as well. No, we can't get in either.
Hello?
How would you like it?
So, you're going to be my friends, are you? I'm Gemma, your new neighbor. I'm a human being. Sometimes I'm not quite sure that I like being a human being. We do awful things to each other. Still, you're not going to bother me with your problems, are you? Do you like apples?
Oh, no.
Next, from the controversial champion of cocaine to the man who unlocked the mysteries of the human mind, Sigmund Freud fought to become the father of modern psychology. Watch his struggle come to life on Freud, next.
The ultimate trivia game from Newsweek. Some people might pay a lot of money for the chance to ask their best friends,
which country has had the most revolutions and coups?
Oh, that's easy. Argentina!
You are absolutely wrong.
Now you can play the game free. the ultimate trivia game. It's from Newsweek, and it's free with your paid subscription. Newsweek, it's a week of your life. A week that will never happen to you exactly the same way again. Not simply the great events, but the moments you might never have seen in a way you'll never forget. When you miss Newsweek, you miss a week of your life.
Call now, 1-800-228-ARTS for the ultimate trivia game free with your paid subscription to Newsweek. You'll get 27 issues at the low basic rate of almost 60% off the cover price. Even better, you can pay in 3 installments of just $6.65. Call 1-800-228-ARTS for Newsweek at almost 60% off for the ultimate trivia game free.
Take an intimate look at a world-famous choreographer. Hans van Manen presents several of his dances for piano music and offers a rare insight into the choreographer's creative process.
Art has to give information. Otherwise, I don't find it interesting.
The music of Beethoven, Debussy, and Prokofiev is featured in this innovative evening of dance with the Dutch National Ballet.
Next Thursday on Arts and Entertainment, brought to you in part by the California Office of Tourism.
You are watching the Arts and Entertainment Network. Surprise your eyes.
If you've neglected to prepare a will, consider this. Without a will, the court, not you, decides who receives your property and in what amounts, who manages the affairs of your estate, who becomes the guardian of your minor children. Also, your loved ones could face high costs and needless delays, regardless of the size of your estate. Failing to make a will means taking unnecessary chances. The Plan Safe Will Kit is now available so you can have a will without the costly expense. Prepared by lawyers, it is absolutely valid in all 50 states. You will receive simple fill-in-the-blank will forms with easy-to-follow directions. Our guidebook will give you a full understanding of this most important document.